Hey guys, Zach McGinnis here with Galactic Productions. Make sure you check out PfeifferCon this summer in Chicago, Illinois. You never know what kind of cool door prizes you might win, awesome autographs you might pick up, or what celebrities might even stop by. Check it out this summer, PfeifferCon.
People have been asking me, who is the tall guy in all the pictures with you guys? Who is this mystery ranger? And you know what? He's an honorary ranger because he's our agent. Yeah. Zach is the head of Galactic Productions.
That is me.
Yeah. When did you put together this whole thing and like decide I'm going to start representing talent and do the convention circuit? I mean, it's brilliant.
December 16th, 2006. So it'll be 8 years next month.
Wow. And who was your first client? Because I love this story.
Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca, you know? That guy.
See, exactly. He actually represents. Name some of the people you represent, because you've got a long list.
A lot of the original Star Wars talent, like Peter Mayhew, Dave Prowse, Jeremy Bullock. A lot of the Star Trek talent, like George Takei, Nichelle Nichols.
Amazing. And now Power Rangers.
And the Power Rangers.
And now Power. So he's the one guy who's pretty much the reason why you've been seeing us every weekend at a different con. He keeps us busy. You keep us so busy.
I try.
Yeah.
We're trying to hit every country. So,
yeah. You're living the dream here.
I am.
I know.
I get to travel the world with people I grew up idolizing. It's a pretty good gig.
So what's your goal? Because, I mean, obviously, you're conquering the world, the convention world. What is your goal?
My goal? I don't even know. I mean, I've pretty much... I've gotten to do everything I want to do, so now I just want to keep doing it.
It's all gravy now, baby.
Hey guys, I'm here with Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Where are we going in London next year?
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Notting Hill?
Maybe?
Notting Hill. Yeah,
MCon, April 30th through May 1st. Who are we going to be with?
Man, Walter Koenig.
Walter Koenig. Chekhov of Star Trek.
Chekhov. The coolest guy.
Coolest guy of all time. Funniest person on the entire planet.
We're going to be there with Clive.
Rebel, the Emperor from Star Wars.
Hi, I'm George Takei, and I did a fantastic convention in Houston, Texas, a convention called Comic Palooza with Zach Taylor McGinnis of Galactic Productions. He's a fantastic agent, a wonderful convention. We all had a great time.
After all this excitement, the reason why we're here is for Puerto Rico Comic Con. And someone came out and said, I have hundreds of people in line. It always feels good as an actor to have the fans there, because the fans is what makes the project. And I came out and said hello to the fans. I signed autographs. I even ran into someone who was emotional, who almost made me cry. He was a fan of mine ever since he was 5 years old, and he got a chance to meet me. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming, okay? You want me to sign this for you? Yeah. There you go, man. All right. Thank you, man. Those. Let me just guess. Those are happy tears. Yeah. Okay. I don't want no one to leave sad. No, I'm happy. All right, man. Make me almost cry.
JDF's wall, our line goes all the way to the wall.
Much love in Dallas. Yeah, we're going strong.
This guy thought it was a great idea on the anniversary of JDF's passing. Oh, sorry, that ain't it. But that Mike Inslee is a huge Comic-Con promoter. And he said anyone who works with Galactic Productions will never work with them again.
Hey guys, and welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about Galactic Productions. Now, what is Galactic Productions? Galactic Productions is a booking company. In order to go and do conventions, well, you could book those events yourself, but many actors will get a booking agent. And we're going to be talking about the owner of Galactic Productions, Zachary Taylor McGinnis. And we're going to talk about how he single-handedly self-destructed his own career. Now, Zach has been busy over the years booking actors, such as Peter Mayhew, Austin St. John, Karen Ashley, a lot of people in the Power Rangers universe, some people in the Star Wars universe, and many others. Before we get started, a massive shout out to Henry Resilient, who covered this story in multiple streams, multiple videos, and shorts. Now, originally, I was the one that saw this post and sent this story to Henry, with the hopes that Henry would do what he does best.
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
Not only did Henry find somebody that used to work for Galactic Productions and got screwed over and was harassed by the owner of Galactic Productions, Zachary Taylor McGinnis, but got a hold of an owner of a convention who publicly came out and said that they are no longer going to work with Galactic Production or any talent that is affiliated with them. Now what on earth could this guy have done? They could have gotten this much attention to where a convention will not work with him. What was the post that I saw that was so horrible that I had to send it to Henry so that he could do what he does best?
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
And in fact, he dug. But let's get into this post. A year after you selfishly took your own life, hundreds have followed suit in your name. I didn't hear about anyone self-deleting themselves after JDF did. There has been so much smoke blowing up your ASS. You should be floating in the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. What? It must chap your ASS that the Red Ranger floats each year instead of you. Who the hell cares? Frankly, I'm glad you're unalive. I wish your castmates would speak the truth. I wish they would speak the truth on you, as I have dropped most of them. I think it was the other way around. I think they dropped you, and you can't handle it. Literally, a client drops him, and it's just,
your tears! Oh, it makes me happy.
he just can't handle it. Now, the post remained up for roughly 12 or 13 hours, and it started getting some traction. Here's a post from the Morphin Museum. I wonder if Galactic Productions clients have seen Zach's message about JDF while profiting off of his memory via overpriced eBay listings? Wait a minute. So Zach hates JDF, but he has no problem selling JDF items? And after a little checking, yep, he sure does sell JDF stuff even though he hates them. Jason David Frank's former assistant posted this on Instagram. People don't want to hear this, but words not matching actions is called manipulation, and refusing to be held accountable for it is called gaslighting. She then went on to post again that Zach still had pictures of JDF up on either his website or definitely his Instagram, where she leaves this comment: "Take this picture off the page. How dare you keep this picture up? You said you were glad he is gone, so stick by your words now, you hypocrite." And since she was on a roll, we're going to move on to the next post. Disgusting that after your statement against my friend, you still have the audacity to have his picture and selling his name on eBay. I don't care how many empty apologies you make. Take this picture down and fuck off. I have no sympathy for the wicked. Now, some of the Power Ranger actors have also responded. Karen Ashley, who played the second Yellow Ranger, had this to say: "What is the saying? When people show you who they are, believe them. Sending everyone love today. Love is greater than hate." Yeah, but actions also speak louder than words. And the word is that you were told how Zach was when you started working with him. Of course, Walter Jones had something to say. "Yeah, he's losing it. This was an unnecessary attack, completely insensitive and vulgar. He should keep his inside thoughts to himself. If he's having inside thoughts like that, maybe he should go and get help." Now, when you receive this kind of backlash, what do? You go on damage control. To everyone I've deeply impacted, both personally and professionally, I cannot express enough remorse for the hurt I've caused. My words, born from a comment of unforgivable rage, have left wounds that I know our apologies cannot heal. These behaviors have haunted me long before the pandemic, a struggle I've battled with silently. My public statement isn't an excuse. It's a raw acknowledgement of my actions, and I take full ownership of my consequences. I never intended to trivialize the gravity of self-deletion, yet my impulsive, context-lacking post did just all that. I allowed the shadows of my own anguish and history of negativity to consume and guide my words. A grave error that I deeply regret. This isn't my first misstep, and sadly, it might not be my last. You plan on acting like this again? But it's a stark wake-up call that change must occur. I must evolve, becoming a person of greater kindness and some word I can't pronounce. It's crucial to unearth why these emotions lead me down such a destructive paths. Addressing the root cause, not just the aftermath. For those willing to grant me another chance, I'm humbly grateful. To those who cannot find it in themselves to do so, I respect your decision. I understand that earning forgiveness surpasses mere word. It necessitates a committed effort to rectify the underlying issues. My journey towards reflection commences within myself. To Jason David Frank's family, friends, fans, and colleagues, I extend my sincerest apologies. My actions only add anguish during a time meant for solace and remembrance. I'm profoundly sorry for compounding your grief with my thoughtless action. And of course, that post, which was on Facebook, got a crazy number of dislikes. When you're in damage control mode, you start hiding posts and maybe some other messed up things that you said so that people can't take those things and throw them in your face. Not to mention the fact that Zach is deleting comments, only leaving the light and fluffy comments of his misguided followers. Forget about people trying to hold you accountable, right? Let's just focus on the forgiveness part. And then we have Austin St. John, who over the years has been very vocal, saying how much he did not like JDF. JDF he never really liked Austin. They have gone back and forth for years.
And I got to work 18 hours a day with the guy who tells me he breaks center blocks straight through, and he's killed a guy in a ring before, and he's so dangerous in the ring, and I'm a martial artist, and being a martial artist, you're not supposed to talk like that, so he'd get me riled up, so my blood would boil every time. So like, yeah.
I do a lot of brick breaking. You can go on, my karate schools, I got demos, you can go look at all my stuff. I do a lot of brick breaking. So I was talking to these guys about breaking bricks. I'm like really excited about this. And he's like, yeah, I break 2 or 3 center blocks like this, and there's this an impossible way. So I'm like, okay. I just let it go. Ian, who was one of my stunt doubles, Ian was the Green Ranger. If you ever get a hold of Ian, he'll tell you how Austin was. He called him out on it. He said, hey, I got 2 bricks right now. Here, break them like that. And he's like, oh, no. Just always, I guess, when you're telling a story, he's always the one to butt in to top your story. And it was just like so annoying. Everyone from the set, you know what, maybe never had enough cojones to tell him how I feel. Because everyone complained to me about Austin. Oh, he's this, he's that. But when he was there, oh, no one said nothing. 2 sides of the story, you only hear one side. You instantly start thinking, oh, and I know Austin hasn't said nothing about me because he just, whatever.
Even when people at PMC were like asking like, okay, did you have any beef with Jason? And you, Jason, wow, too many Jasons, but you, Jason. And like, I think one of the questions was if you would get in the ring, like if you like duke it out or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I think we would be too friendly to like, do that.
Yeah, I think we like each other too much to do that. He still does a lot of live competition. We kind of, I don't know if he ever went heavyweight or anything like that, but he still does lots of stuff. He's a very talented martial artist in his own right, and he's very good at what he does. And like I said, I think we like each other too much to do that. I'm pretty sure.
Mixed martial arts. So it has nothing to do with me challenging him. If you're doing mixed martial arts, then step up to the plate, because I feel that we both have everything. He's a Ranger, I'm a Ranger. Win or lose, it don't matter. I'm going to win. But the point is, I'm just saying that we don't have to worry about nothing. We can make some money. It's good for the fans. And if he really is a mixed martial arts guy, then just do it. I mean, quit running around. He just needs to do it because it's out on YouTube. And he had a big ego, and he's going to see this now. And I don't know how he's going to live with himself forever until he just steps into the ring and just takes the fight.
so it was just cool to meet the guys. And I remember the stunt guys were like, can you still, I'm like, yeah. And so I set it up with 3 guys, and we did flips and kicks. And I changed one line in that episode that pissed Frankie Poo off, but that's his problem. It was real simple. It was supposed to come in like, oh, you weren't going to do this without the original Red Ranger, were you? So me requesting permission. And I was like, oh, okay, we're going to fix this. I walked in. I said, you didn't think I was going to let you do this without the original Red Ranger, did you? And immediately, first scene after I get off the bike, after I come in, I've reestablished dominance, and it was great. It was fun. It was a little coup de grace for me.
So clearly they did not like each other, and this beef was going strong. So Austin went on to make his statement because everybody wanted to know what Austin was going to say, because many other people have said, I no longer work with Galactic Productions. And oddly enough, Austin never said he didn't work for Galactic Productions anymore, and has later pretty much come out and said, I'm still going to work with them, which of course is very telling of Austin's character. I am deeply saddened to see the hurtful and negative statements being expressed. It's crucial for us as a community to remember that each one of us carries our own burdens and emotions, and it's our duty to stand by each other, particularly when it concerns mental health. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, please reach out to a trusted friend, family member, a mental health professional, or a helpline like 1-800. This is a fake ass statement. And of course, this statement brought out some comments. Are you willing to make an excuse for Zachary? I assume you're staying with him. Please say you've parted ways with that man. Which Austin actually replied, I'll be damned. I make no excuses for anyone. And of course I checked, and Austin St. John still follows Galactic Productions, as does the guy that played Zordon. Oh, come on, Zordon. Really? So really quick, getting back to Zach McGinnis, Jason David Frank is not the only person that he was crappy to. He has a history of treating all of his clients like crap. Most notably, Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca. In an email that Francis shared with Henry on his stream, Zach and Susan wanted my info. WTF. He said no. He doesn't like her anyway. Also, he cut ties with Peter from Star Wars. He said he hopes he dies a slow death. He's burning bridges everywhere. Wonder why he is in Florida. We will see him. He don't bug me. He knows I'm the King Ranger.
So I've been the philanthropy director for the Peter Mayhew Foundation for 9 years. And, Peter and Angie, Angie was like a second mother to me. And we lost her this past April. But hearing Jason describe Zach saying that he wished a slow death on Peter, when I read that, my hands were shaking. I'm not gonna lie. No, I mean, I believe it. And I spoke to a friend, and she said that he said a lot of really horrible things about his client. And I know one of his cosplay guests, back when he had cosplay guests, he was talking about how she was getting fat and that no shows were going to want to book her anymore. And it was just like, shut up.
He sounds like he was very insecure with himself. So he would try to make fun of other people to make himself feel better.
And of course, there were other actors like George Takei, who played Sulu on Star Trek, that they used to book with Zach, but stopped booking with Zach because of how Zach is, just a vile person, and George Takei fires him. Well, Zach actually sued George Takei because George Takei signed for so many conventions that he had to do with Zach. And what do you know? Zach wins. And George Takei had to pay out all kinds of money. But you know what? Maybe he treated his employees better. Surely he treated them better than he treated his clients, right? Why don't we hear it from Matthew Egan, who Henry Resilient interviewed?
And I worked with him for about a year and change. And we were at LexCon in Lexington, Kentucky, Comic and Toy Show, whatever it's called. Uh-huh. And we were sharing a hotel room. I was helping him out. And he locks me out of the hotel room until 3 a.m. because he went on Grindr and he found a partner to hook up with. And I guess this is a lot of these agents and some of these guests too. Like they travel to hook up because wherever their girlfriend is back home or their wife or whatever, like if it happens out of town, it doesn't count, which is totally not true.
Oh my goodness!
But no, like the things I've seen,
I can only imagine. So
I would be off tomorrow if I told some of those stories. But he meets this guy. And he locks me out of the room until 3 a.m. and I have to work. Like I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a party guy.
Right.
Like I want to sleep because I'm going to be on my feet. I'm going to be running around like taking people to photo ops and doing all this convention stuff. And when I finally get a text, and I'm like blowing up his phone, like let me go to sleep. Right. When I finally get up, he and this guy, the guy has decided to stay the night, and they're both in their tighty whities. And again, this is my boss, right? They're both in their tighty whities. They both wrap their arms around me in the middle of this hotel room, and I'm just like trying to get into bed.
So you're in a sandwich.
It was like, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my rainbow friends of all spectrums, but I don't know this guy, and they're like touching me, like it was just. And then I get in bed, and they had put a wet condom so that my bare toes would touch it.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that is horrible.
It was. Oh my God! Because like. You don't know who this guy is. They just like, and then his condom's sitting in like, I hope it wasn't used. I don't know. It was wet. That's all I know. Okay. And so we get to this big fight and like, we kind of wind down. And then while I was waiting, kicked out of the room. You ever seen Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah, wait.
There's a character called Booger, right?
Oh yeah, our age is showing for sure.
And he played like the Metatron on Supernatural and stuff. Like he'd done a bunch of other things. But he was live tweeting from the bar in the hotel because he had a show on TBS at the time. So he had to live tweet it in each time zone. And then the next day he signed this thing for me because he was sitting there with me stuck at the bar and I was exhausted. I couldn't go to sleep. But he was like, to my good friend Matthew, remember, always get your own room.
Oh, 100%
and that became like a meme. Like,
so,
don't wind up helping these people out that try to make you share a room with crazy people.
Well, that goes beyond sexual assault, doesn't it? And just adding to the crap that is Zach McGinnis, he has managed to successfully blacklist people, like blacklist actors, from being able to go to conventions. And he's been able to blacklist people from working at certain conventions, as Matthew will state.
And the promoter of LexCon, the guy's name is Jared. And I'm telling this story for a reason, but he had to go do other things. He was like, he ran the whole con, and so the whole con was happening while this side event was happening. And he was like, dude, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I got it. Like, this is one guest in one room. Like, I can handle this. Go. And he was so happy at the end of the day. He came and kissed me on the cheek.
Oh, wow.
Okay, like legitimately, like he was so excited. And because he needed somebody he could trust. He paid me like I was a paid employee of LexCon. Not like a W-2 employee, but like I got paid for the weekend. And then when Zach and I had the falling out, he told me, he's like, look, I rely on Zach for too many of my guests. You cannot come to my show anymore. And so here was a guy that literally kissed me on the cheek 1 minute. Like I flew out on my own dime when he opened a comic book store. He opened like a collectible store. And like I went out to support him because I was a big fan of the show. And, and guess who his opening guest was? JDF.
Oh, wow.
So, and I haven't talked to him about this. I don't know how he feels about Zach trashing JDF, but like Jared and JDF were supposed to be tight. So I'm sure he's not thrilled about this. But when Zach screwed me over, he started trying to blacklist me. The show in Laredo, we had gone out, we were drinking. Something that inspired me to drink a lot. I'm a real lightweight, so I was pretty drunk, but okay. I was pissed because I see him swiping left, swiping right. He's on Grindr. He's looking for the next hookup, right? And I'm like, dude, you are not doing this to me again. I'm not having no wet condom under my bed sheet. Like this is not a thing that is going to happen. So he calls the police. No joke. Zach McGinnis calls the police on me.
Wow.
And tells them that I was crashing the con. Okay. And he filmed it. Like I'm sure now that I'm speaking out, he's going to release this video of the police like escorting me out of this hotel room. But so these border police show up in Laredo, which is like right on the border of Mexico here in Texas. He's like, he's crashing the con. He's sneaking in. He's not. And he was trashed. So like his excuses were bad. But the police are like, sir, his luggage is right there. He's not crashing this. Like, you guys are clearly friends and you had a falling out.
Right.
Like, don't lie to us. Like, so he's lying to the police, right? The police like tell me I have to leave the room because I'm not on the hotel reservation. So because it's his room, he has the right to kick me out. So he kicks his own employee out of the hotel room for asking him not to hook up with strangers down in Laredo. Like, I sent an email today about this to the powers that be, so they know about it. I don't want to name the name, but it's a Star Wars actor, and they had been threatened by Zach and said that he has a contact at Lucasfilm and Disney, and if they stopped booking with him, he was going to contact them and blacklist them so that Lucasfilm never hired them on another Star Wars project.
What?
And this is somebody from the original trilogy who, you know, a lot of the Mandalorian stuff, they like to bring people in as kind of Easter eggs or have them do a voice or have them do an appearance, whatever. He was basically implying that he had that power. And so the guy did speak out. He contacted me asking if I would be a part of a class action lawsuit. And I had to unfortunately explain, like, that's not how it works.
So pretty much, Zach Taylor McGinnis is screwed, and so are his clients. Not every convention, but a few conventions or cons are saying that they're not working with him. They're not working with any of his clients. Like MCon. MCon can't turn a blind eye and remain silent on the comments made online by Galactic Productions LLC, owner, in reference to Jason David Frank on the year anniversary of his passing. We stopped using Galactic Productions for many reasons, but this justifies why, and we won't ever use or work with Galactic Productions again. What's even more interesting about this post is, we want the event to be inclusive, friendly, and that doesn't include using agents that think that this kind of behavior is okay or allowed. Any clients that are represented by Galactic and have not been booked into MCon over the past few years, ask yourself why. And then there's Fanville Comic-Con, I think that's how you pronounce the name, who also made a post and said, without going into great detail, we are of the position that the comments made recently by Zach McGinnis of Galactic Productions on social media were not only evil and apparent, but hint at an ethic of an individual that we have no desire to do business with. This means that we will not bring in guests represented by his agency. So this con just blacklisted all of his clients. Now, what does this all mean? It means Galactic Productions is pretty much screwed at this point. Conventions are not wanting to work with him. Conventions are saying, hey, we don't even want your clients. And we're even starting to get that response from some of the fans. Now, there's somebody who comes on a lot of Henry streams. His name is Brent, and he's not really a fan of JDF. He's always supported Austin St. John and Walter Jones, and he doesn't really like Francis very much. And we're always on him for defending Austin St. John. But something interesting happened the last time that Brent went to a convention. And I'm just gonna let this play out.
How was ASJ? What did he say?
People are watching your channel, and he mentioned you. He was like, I was nice to him, all this kind of stuff, and then he just gossiped me because he's looking for his 15 minutes of fame, which all the YouTubers, they are.
First off, my 15 minutes of fame would never come from Austin St. John, because not too many people know about him. If I really wanted 15 minutes of fame, I would just cover XQC every day. I mean, that's my most viewed content. I mean, he wasn't mean to me. We didn't really have a conversation. He just said happy to be here. But shout out to him for watching my channel.
And people are sending him videos of you, and he says, I'm tempted to click, but I don't, because he said that when JDF, people send him videos that Jason Dave Frank would talk about him, he wouldn't respond.
I wonder who sent him those clips.
So did you ask him, is Zach still his rep?
He says that he doesn't disclose because it's really that's not people's business. Like, he would say that.
He wouldn't even say no.
But he did say that he didn't agree with the post, and he spoke to Tammy and Jenna about it, so yeah. And
what a coward.
I did tell him it's not something that people need to know. People like to spread negativity, and
I knew it. If you talk about the post, he will accuse you of spread negativity. That's his MO, to control the narrative.
Yeah, he's trying to control some sort of narrative. I'm not sure what that is. He didn't agree with the post. And he talked to Zach about it. Like, he said that he does things behind the scenes. Like, he's positive in public, but behind the scenes he's different.
Who, Zach or ASJ?
ASJ. So he talked to Zach.
Dude, if something public happens, it should be addressed publicly. It shouldn't be like, well, I'm doing it privately. He was nice to me. Oh my God. He acted like he did something like he did me a favor. The conversation was like, oh man, I watched you growing up. He said, happy to be a part of it. Fist bump, I walked away. Is that being nice? He didn't even ask my name. He was like, oh, nice shirt. I mean, I don't really, I wouldn't say I have something against him, but I think he's fraudulent. And now people are starting to see it. Whereas you well, I spoke to him. I understand his reasons. Like, nah, man, I don't understand his reasons. He's trying to cover it up. He spoke to Tammy and Jenna. But sure, you can smooth it over with them. But when it comes to the fans, people are 100% confused on where you stand. And you taking this approach where I don't tell people my business of who I'm booking with, because you're still booking with Zach. You're still making sure Zach eats.
And I told him to his face, if there's an event where Galactic Productions book, I will not buy anything from you. I told him to his face, and he said, that's your right. And I was like, he's trying to say oh, people are trying to punish me for what other people do. And I suggested to him that no, you don't have to book with him. But if he chooses to book with him, that's his right. And he told me that Zach, there was personal reasons as to why, something with Zach helping him personally. I didn't really get into that, but I mean that's his right. And I told him if Galactic is actually booking something with him, I won't buy anything from him. And I made that very clear with him because what Zach did was not acceptable. I do not care if you don't like someone or not. You don't resort to that type of behavior. It's not right.
That's pretty bad if even Brent is saying that he is not going to buy anything from Austin St. John if he continues to work with Galactic Productions. Now, Brent goes to these conventions and he spends a lot of money there at so many conventions. There are a lot of people that spend a lot of money at these conventions, and so many of them don't support what Zach said, what he did, how he treats people. And whether these people that go to these conventions are fans of JDF or not, they got a real problem with what he said and did. Now, I was going to cover all kinds of other stuff that Austin St. John said and things that he's doing. He's currently going through a lawsuit right now. And if you want me to cover that, please let me know in the comments below. I know Henry Resilient has covered it, and there's upcoming court dates for Austin St. John, and you better believe that Henry is going to...
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
He's going to get those court documents. He's going to cover it. You best believe I'll be there behind the scenes. I know Frances has covered multiple videos on this as well. I'm going to link her channel in the description as well. But you know, there's one more thing that Matthew said that I just absolutely love. I absolutely love it. If this isn't poetic justice, I don't know what is. I'm gonna roll the clip.
What tickles me fucking pink, to the point where I should put a pink helmet on, just thinking about this, is that for the rest of Zach's life, something he said about Jason David Frank, the person that he hates with all his heart, is the thing that took him out. And I'm agnostic, I don't know whatever, but I kind of believe in a higher power for that level of irony. That he hates this guy so much that he thinks if you like Jason David Frank and you're watching this video, Zach believes that is a personal attack against him. He hates the guy that much. And so
the day it happened, I emailed Zach and I said that 10 years from now, when you wonder why you're living in a smaller house and you have less money, it's because of today.
Holy
it's because
shit.
of today.
Holy shit. So wait. You saw the post and you emailed him right away.
Oh, I've emailed and called Zach several times.
No response?
Oh, no. He wouldn't dare pick up the phone because he knows I'm fucking so happy. And that's the thing I think, he made a very good point. Matt Egan made a good point there that JDF would be so happy that he took Zach down. And that would bother Zach immensely. And one thing that really bothers Zach, and it must kill him right now, how happy the people Zach hates are.
So again, I'm gonna link Henry's channel and Francis's channel in the description. Definitely check out their videos. That's where I pulled most of these clips from. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think Zach should be forgiven? Do you think Zach's client should be let off the hook? And what is the lesson in all of this? That's what I was thinking about as I'm scrolling through Instagram stories and I run across this. And it just goes to show that you can still get the girl even if you have a small monkey. We'll see you in the next video.
And let the power protect you.